What's going on, guys? Luis S1K here, back with another video, another topic. This is going to be Wednesday's video. Like I said, I am posting a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So every day, basically, or I feel like almost every other day, I'm going to be out taking videos for you guys. Just kind of going on for a cruise, and I'm just going to rant on for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the topic and stuff like that. But, today's topic, and this, I kind of got this topic based off of a TikTok. I was just scrolling through TikTok like I always do, and give me a second. Let me double check my mic's on, because that would be a super annoying if my mic wasn't on right now. Yep, we're good. Okay. By the way, I use a DJI mic too, like the little Bluetooth one. Okay, so I saw this girl ranting on about, and her main topic is whoever has leader bikes, why do you even have a leader bike? She says she knows they look good. She knows, they're really fast, and and then she's talking about, I've seen y'all guys' YouTube videos. You guys are barely going faster than the speeds that a 600 can. And she's like, I don't see the point on, paying the extra price tag for getting a leader bike when you can be basically doing the same thing that you could with a 600cc bike. And like, does she have a point? Yes and no. So like, I understand where she's coming from. Like, why do you need a leader bike? Yeah, my cruise control's not working right now. So yeah, it turns on and turns off. So this kind of sucks. And I understand where she's coming, how she's coming across, and do we really need a leader bike on the streets? No. We could easily get away with, with having a 600cc bike and stuff like that. But I responded to her TikTok with what I told her is basically, do we need, a Camaro Z01, Mustang GT500, a Corvette ZR1s? No, we don't need those powerful ass cars on the road. And I was like, why get those when you can just get a V6, right? A V6 version of the Camaro and the Mustang and this and that. And she replied with something about I knew someone would bring up that topic. And to be fair, am I wrong? And at the end of the day, we get the leader bikes because we can. And if we can, we will. Things about some of the best things about getting a leader bike is you're going to get the best that company has to offer. You're going to get, I'm going to stop and get gas. My gas light turned on. You're going to get the best that company offers. If you have a Kawasaki ZX-10, you're going to get the upshift, downshift, the wheelie control and everything else, and all these other goodies. Probably some of these goodies that, the ZX6 doesn't come out with. And because they're just not going to put that much effort. Well, I'm not going to say they're not going to put effort, right? But I feel like in the motorcycle world, damn, there's no pumps going on here. What the fuck? The leader bikes are going to get all the love. And it's probably because of because everybody, any type of racing, the best races are the leader bikes. WSBK, there's 600cc bikes or whatnot. Moto America, sure, there's 600cc bikes and all these other race organizations and whatnot. But everybody cares about the leader bike. It's like saying, oh, I went to the Grand Prix in Miami to watch Formula 2 or Formula 3. Nobody goes to watch Formula 2 and Formula 3. Everybody goes to see the Formula 1 car. You know what I mean? And And obviously, like, the Formula 1 cars are going to get the most love. You know what I mean? They're going to have the best electronics, the best fucking stupid ass car. They're going to have the best electronics, the best everything, you know what I mean? And that kind of seems how these leader bikes get treated. Am I wrong? I don't know. Leader bikes are going to get the best package, the best thing that company has to offer 10 times out of 10. And then, like, it's funny because Suzuki does this where, like, the leader bike usually comes out with, like, said part or something, and then, like, not even, you know, a couple years later, not even a year, but like the next generation, whatever the leader bike had, the 600 has. You know what I mean? Like the dash and everything else that it just didn't get love before. Hold on. I need to pay for some gas. Okay. So anyways, she was just ranting about like, well, why do you guys need a leader bike? Leader bikes are too fast and this and that. And me being me, I got a little nosy. I went through her profile, and one of her videos was talking about how she has a Ninja 400 and that she wants to upgrade to a 600. And immediately my first thought was, well, hey, whatever you're doing on your 400 right now, you're going to do with your 600. I mean, what's the difference? You're a beginner rider. You're not going to be doing crazy speeds. I don't see her doing anything crazy on the highway. You know what I mean? I feel like most of the time it's always the dudes, with like the exception of like some very few girls. I think the only girls that I can think of is probably like Lynn's and Amy Cavon, who like actually ride the fuck out of their bikes like the boys. But like, granted, she's not gonna ride that 600 the way the way they're meant to be ridden. They're not gonna be. She would ride. Hold on, dude. My ADHD is kicking in. I can't do two things at once. I'm gonna just stop right there. That's good enough. Give me a second, guys. I'm weird. Okay. So anyways, she's wanting to upgrade from her Ninja 400 to a 600cc bike, and it's hilarious because it's almost the same thing. What she's asking us, she's trying to do herself. She's talking about like, oh, you know, the speeds and this and that and blah blah blah. I'm like, granted, if she goes the speed limit, right? If she does the speed limit and she just putts around town, what does her Ninja 400? What can't her Ninja 400 do that her 600 can? I mean, am I wrong? You know what I mean? So I don't know. So that was kind of like one of the topics that like I had today, and it was just kind of like, do we really need leader bikes on the road? And to be honest, probably not. But it's like I said, do we need these super fast hyper cars and super sport cars and muscle cars on the road? No. But do people still do it? Yeah. Like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, you can't question someone's, I wouldn't say ability, someone's ability to be able to buy a bike. You know what I mean? Just because the size of the bike doesn't make any sense. So it's I don't know. And she was talking about, oh, like, the price tags are fucking crazy, this and that. I'm like, to a sense, yes. Like, I don't ever see myself paying any more than like $20,000 for a bike. Like, now, unless like I like doubled my income, and then I'll be like, all right, you know what? Maybe I can afford like a Blade or like some of these nicer bikes. I would never get an M1000. I love them. They look cool. They do cool things. It's just not. It's just something I would not want to own. But like, I don't know. And then she was just. It was kind of just like, she was kind of like, you know, I wouldn't say she was like frowning. She almost wanted to, like, she was basically talking shit about people who have a leader bike. But she started off with the video with like, no hate. Which, I don't know, man. There's nothing wrong with having a leader bike on the road. Like, and she's like, well, what did she say? She said something about I kind of like having to shift through my gears. What's the difference? I'm going 60 on a leader bike in 6th gear. I guess she thought that we could just like rev all the way to 60 miles an hour to 2nd gear. I mean, which we can, but why are we going to be riding like this? Nobody wants to do this. That's what 6th gear is for. You just cruise. So like her a 600cc bike is gonna do this, or 400cc bike is gonna do this. No matter what the cc's is, it's gonna ride like this. You know what I mean? And I don't know, guys. I always tell everybody, get the bike that you want. And now I might get some hate for this, unless you have some riding experience. Like, if you just came from a dirt bike and you know how to do this, you know how to use the clutch, and you know how to use the throttle, dude, I'm not against people buying leader bikes. Like, if you coming from a dirt bike scene, you understand the bike, you understand what a clutch does, you understand how to maneuver a bike, you know how to throw a bike around, you know how to do all that. I'm not against someone getting a leader bike, but I would say get a leader bike and put that bitch in rain mode. You know what I mean? Put it in rain mode. Right now, you're gonna see the difference between like rain mode and like, I drive this bike in slick mode because slick mode lets me do wheelies. Wait, hold on. Sorry, GP shift has me like a little confused sometimes. So this is rain mode. Like, it's still gonna go. See what I mean? Like, but it takes away a lot of the torque out of it, and it still has power no matter what, and it's still gonna wind out and you know, go really fast. But the engine map just takes away a lot of torque for you to like not spin because you're riding in the rain, right? So check the difference right here. Look at the throttle. Okay, right? It's not as torquey. Now let's swap this back over to slick mode. Now look how jerky it's gonna be. There's just more torque. But to end the video, guys, I'm at my 12th, I'm about to hit 13-minute mark right now. Get the bike you want. I'm not against people starting with a leader bike as long as you have riding experience. I'm okay with it. And, you know, just because you have a leader bike doesn't mean you can't ride it on the road. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a leader bike on the road. People just trip out for no reason. Like, that was totally unnecessary of a video. But you know what? I thank her for making that video, because guess what? I was able to have a topic for today for you guys. And this is it. So, with that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe to them. And remember, I post every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from now on. I'm really working hard to, I would say, I'm not trying to get out of the scene, but I'm trying to get out of the Instagram scene, and I'm trying to do more of this type of stuff. I want to build a following. I want to have a community of just people listening to me while I'm riding. My coworker. And I just want to like be able to just grow on YouTube. I feel like I've been holding out doing this for such a long time, but I feel like now it's just the perfect time to do it. But like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Please S1K out.